Ask George is brought to you in association with International Cricket Tours. ICT are specialists in cricketing holidays with a personal touch. So if you're looking to go to New Zealand, to Australia or Sri Lanka this winter, look no further than International Cricket Tours.
Hello and welcome to Old Trafford after day 3. This is Ask George. We start with a question from Jack Rule. Should Sachin just hand over the crown now? I assume to Joe Root.
A lot of things can happen.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a long way off still, which shows you how incredible Sachin Tendulkar's achievement was. But
when Sachin scored that amount of runs, I thought no one would ever get anywhere near. And it really is an incredible achievement to have gone second on the list. At 34, with time to go, I think Joe Root's batting as well as he ever has. He seems to be as hungry as he ever has, enjoying it as much as ever. Who knows what's around the corner? It's a lot of runs. It's another 2,500. I reckon that's 2 years if he's able to play everything. But I wouldn't be surprised if this coming winter is Joe Root's penultimate Ashes tour. That's how much I think he likes it.
yes, so he's still got that. That gives him another 4 and a bit years.
Well, who knows? I mean, I think he loves it. I think he is as keen and hungry as he's ever been. I've said in my piece, he's still the little boy who wants to play outside when it's got dark and his mum's calling him in. He just loves it.
I'm a big Vian Mulder guy, so I think he should retire just before he... No? Okay.
To say so.
Yeah. Richard Prue asks, Washington Sundar took 4 for 22 at Lords. Wasn't it a big misstep not to bowl him until after 70 overs in this innings?
You know, on the quiet, he's had just such a good game or day. I think he's bowled beautifully. He gets fantastic drift, good competitor. Yeah, they've clearly got that wrong. I thought that India were broken probably yesterday. It felt when we came this morning that there was going to have to be a huge show of character from India to turn this round. And actually, I think they did show some character. You know, I thought Mohammad Siraj was amazing, the way he ran in. There was a bit where was it before tea or before lunch, when he came back out? He was clearly struggling with his ankle before tea, and he came back out to field for one more over. And I just thought, it's an absolutely fantastic effort. We saw Jaswal fielding like a whippet throughout the day, and Bumrah, you know, he's a superstar. He could have gone off with that ankle a long time before he did, and he bowled, 28 overs in this innings? Nowhere near his best, but they did show some character, but I think they've just been worn down and broken, and I don't think they've got good management. I don't think they've got good selection. I'm not sure they've got a very clever captain. So they're in a bit of a pickle with all those things, but they did show some character.
I thought we were actually saying, weren't we, when Shubman Gill actually kept the old ball, refrained from taking the new ball and kept Washington on for an over, and then he kept the spin from both ends for, I think it was 10 overs. And we were actually talking about, this, really good decision by Gill. But then we did exactly the same thing, and we were like, why didn't he go earlier?
Over. I mean, look, to be fair, yeah, it deserves some credit for that, because I think it was the first ball of the 81st over, wasn't it?
It was.
That he took a wicket. But he does get absolutely gorgeous drift. And yeah, someone should write a piece about him.
I did, and you can read that on thecricketer.com. I wonder, is he the only member of the India squad that comes out with an enhanced reputation after this tour, obviously with the game still to go?
No, I don't know about that. I mean, Jaswal's scored some runs. I mean, I don't know, off the top of my head, I think a few punts showed character and batted beautifully at times. And so no, Rahul has been magnificent. A week or so ago, I said he might be the difference between the sides in this series. So no, I think the thing I'd be a bit worried about is that individually, a few of them have done all right. There's something about individuals and not a team there. It's so difficult when you've got half a seam attack. I mean, they've picked 2 players who just aren't up to it. I don't mean to be mean, because they're young fellas, and God, of course you wish them well, but they're not good enough.
It just feels like you mentioned those reasons, which is, funnily enough, sort of the thing that I'm writing about, but they've sort of faffed around the edges of selection because they're trying to plug holes, and they're sort of neither here nor there. And then you have the fact that if you, like you said, they've got one guy coming in who, in particular, who looks to be out of his depth and was averaging 125 kilometres an hour. I don't even know what that is in miles. Sorry, I'm Australian.
Not many.
Not many. It feels that, and then you've got all the niggles as well, and you've had a bunch of those, and it just sort of feels like a mess. It doesn't feel like there's a clear path forward when it comes to Indian.
I'm really
bowling.
surprised by the lack of depth, to be honest. We know that there's incredible depth in Indian batting. You know, someone who's not coming to England now, but Gaikwad, who is going to play for Yorkshire, I think he's fantastic. I think he's beautiful. I was really looking forward to him coming, and I thought that in most countries in the world he'd be in all formats of the game. But I know there are a couple of injuries, but you know, all sides have a couple of injuries to fast bowlers. That comes with the territory. To be down to this level so quickly, I don't know. But all I would say is, you know, I thought Siraj showed great character, and I thought he deserved that wicket at the end. He got Chris Woakes bowled. Yeah, the figures don't show it, but I thought he bowled a real heart.
Yeah.
The Cricketers' award-winning team brings our subscribers news, features and insight on county and international cricket every single day. You can try us now by signing up for £1. Yes, you heard that correctly, just £1 at thecricketer.com/digital.
Bobby Smith asks, am I alone in missing the green seamer of yesteryear? Without them, English cricket lacks its unique charm.
Did you say yesteryear or yesterday?
Yesteryear.
Interesting. I think there's time and a place for variety, isn't there? And we see quite a lot of those. I mean, what do you mean? Because this summer has been a bit more attritional. It has, that's true. I think we don't want homogenisation, do we? We wouldn't want it to all be the same, and it's been a bit different, but I don't think there's ever been a period where it's been exactly the same. We've seen these pitches before, you know. What we don't very often see is a lot of pace, and I think that would be nice. But yeah, there's a time and a place for a green seamer. Maybe we'll see one at the Oval next week.
It's also probably harder to prepare when you've had as hot and dry a summer as we've had here, and we've seen that in the county championship as well, haven't we? So that does play in it. But yes, you're right, we don't want to see the end of green seamers.
No, there's definitely a time and a place for them, but at the same time they want to maximise the income as well, no doubt.
All you want is balance. I think the best cricket wicket in the world gives everyone a chance, and I don't think this has been bad in terms of that at all here. It's given everyone a chance.
I don't think it's perfect, to be honest. I think there's a bit of uneven bouts, and I don't think that rewards merit. So I don't think it's brilliant, to be honest, and I think it's a bit slow. Yeah, I mean, that sounds a bit harsh, but you know, just trying to be honest. I think the game's more entertaining, to be honest, when the ball is slightly on top of the bat.
Always.
But there's room for variety. I don't think, by the way, that these wickets, I know that some people in India are going to be adamant that there's been a lot of pitch doctoring. The ECB, the counties, they're not that well organised. You flatter them.
The Occidental Tourist asks, moral victory for India having bowled the full 90 overs
they
today.
Did they?
No, they weren't short.
I think it was 89.
We were close. At one point it flashed on the screen with about a few overs to go that they were 2 ahead, and we still managed to lose 1, but we were close.
It's been quite a competitive series, you know, compared to England going to India. Although, haven't England won the first test of both the last couple of series in India? But increasingly it feels like we've reached a tipping point in this series. In fact, I think it was yesterday, and I'd be quite surprised if India turned it around now. It just feels that they're really exhausted.
They look exhausted, and they look like they're running out of options.
They look exhausted, and is Gambia the man to pick them up and, inspire them? I don't know. I'm a bit surprised that. Will this be potentially three series losses in a row, including a 3-0 defeat at home to New Zealand?
Yes, it will be 3, and it'll be if it happens. Of course, there's always a chance of a miracle. But if they lose here, it'll be the first time that they've lost 3 series in a row since 2014-15, when they lost to New Zealand, England, and Australia. They were all away series. It was that series against New Zealand at home that has really tipped the bucket. Tip the bucket. I've turned into Ollie Pope, and I'm mixing my metaphors because he was talking about landstones today, about Joe Root reaching a landstone, which I kind of love. But yeah, so it's a period in time, I think, as well.
What do you mean?
Like it's a little decade since I last lost
Oh, I see,
three
yeah.
in a row. So it feels a bit significant. I don't know how significant it is.
Well, a couple of them are real tough series. But,
Absolutely, should be.
But do you see progress and development? Because I don't see where the fast bowlers are. And to be honest, I mean, we've been saying how good Washington Sundar was, but, you know, yeah, he stuck out. I mean, should they have picked Kuldeep? I don't know. You're definitely not going to pick three spinners. Jadeja's record as a spinner in England, for all his qualities, you know, is he a batter who bowls in England? I don't know. But is this his third series here? And he averages more than 50 with the ball. It's not great, is it? I think there are questions to answer, and I think if Gambia was an English coach and he lost 3 series in a row, and they were playing like this with some of the selections and stuff, he'd be in trouble, eh?
I would just say too, quickly, that structurally, the BCCI have changed things around domestic cricket in India, so that players are obliged now, if they're on central contracts, to play domestic cricket, and also increasing payments. Maybe there might be, could that help in the future? It's too soon to tell, don't know.
I don't know, but and the other question you might want to ask is, would Virat have been here with a different coach? I don't know the answer to that. And would you wanted it? I think it would have made the side more competitive. I don't quite know where he would have got in as a batter, but and they'd have been better in the field too. But I don't know. They look it's a great sport, and it wouldn't be so great if it were predictable. And maybe they'll save this game, win at the Oval, something like that. Who knows? But it looks to me as if we've reached tipping point, as I say, and I'd be quite surprised.
Well, tomorrow might be the day that we find out where this series goes. Thank you very much for your questions. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.
For another Landstone.